Alright guys, it's Benny2595 and this is the second commentary that I'm going to be bringing you guys today. I know, I'm spoiling you. I'm spoiling you. This is a MOAB on Decommission, playing Domination. I'm playing with a few lads, the usual sort of lads, as I sort of pointed out in my previous commentary, which I hope you've all seen, the MOAB on Terminal. If you've not, then the link will be in the description below. Please go check that out, please. Yeah, the usual sort of lads I'm playing with, I think, in this game. Apologies if I get this wrong. OG, Info20, which is obviously his gamer tag, Satori Hands of 20, TheMerk, and Dr.Nacks, aka The Monkey. And this is, as I've already stated, this is a MOAB on Decommission. And in fact, this is in fact a double MOAB fail. I think this is, to date, the closest I've ever come to getting a double MOAB, and to be honest, I'm pissed with myself that I didn't actually get it, because what I've done now is that the streak that you see now is the actual MOAB streak, and then I've sort of cut it to where I dropped the MOAB, and then the actual sort of, I think I counted 19 or 20. Like, feel free to sort of verify that in the comments below, but at the time, as it happens all the time, it's like, oh my god, I died one off, this fucking game sucks, fucking hit detection, man, stalker, fucking, like, you know what I mean, when you're in the heat of the moment, you sort of exaggerate and that sort of stuff, but I think at the time, I was adamant I died one off. Like, I just, in fact, you know, I died one off, I don't give a shit, I died one off. 23, you don't even have to put it, I died one off. I don't think I did really, but shh. But at the time, I was just furious with myself, like sort of stealth rage, as Info20 sort of coined the term. And if you watch the actual gameplay, this was the first time, and every time I play this map, this is the sort of tips that I would give you. See where I'm at the sort of left-hand side of this A, and I'm pushing into B. To the bottom left, though, that's where I put the motion sensor down, sort of where I have it positioned to an extent, but it's just before, I don't know what the fuck that is. Is that like a unit or whatever it is, like a whatever, to the bottom left right now, that's where I put the motion sensor, and they would flood through from B. And oh, run away, there we go, good lad, good boy. And the spawn points are pretty much, they're not that bad really. There's only A flag. There's been a few times where I've got, ooh, get C4 bitch. There's been a few times where I've been pushing through the central area, like where we spawn on A and they spawn on C. I always rush down the central point, this bit now, because they'll always come over that sort of that hill section. And there's been a few times when I've been coming from C to A, and I've actually got a FAD. I'm going to be using it as a montage. I think I have FAD triple spray, and then I literally go to the left slightly around the other side of the ship, and they've all spawned instantaneously there and just wiped me out, all 4 or 5 of the enemy team. So it's a bit suspicious, sort of to the right side though, where my teammate's just been running past. I think that might be a spawn point as well. So I'll just be a bit wary of actual A flag, and my tip would be for definitely patrol this left-hand side of the map. When it goes to the right-hand side, there's a lot of like elevated points where a lot of snipers tend to be, or just basically anyone with like a laser weapon, namely ACR 6.8. And this is what I would suggest. I know it's a bit campy, but my point is it works. If you're struggling getting a MOAB on this map, it works. I've died. I think there was another game where I went on 2 18-gun streaks, so that was, in a sense, that could have been another sort of double fail gameplay, as I've just got the MOAB there. So it definitely, I've not implemented it a lot, because it was like at the last minute I sort of came up with this sort of tried and trusted route, you could say. But I no doubt I'll play it tonight and it will work for me. I'm confident I can drop another or even more MOABs tonight with it. And you might be wondering why I didn't call the MOAB in. I know the lads were telling me to call it in, but I'll have to explain the scenario. Basically, just before I started to play this very game that you're watching right now, as you can tell, it's theatre mode, my PVR decided to just decom me, and so it was all down to the theatre mode recording it, which hasn't been the most reliable source in the past, and I was worried as soon as I got it. I didn't want to call it in straight away, because there's been times where I've called it in relatively quick, and this was relatively quick into the game. I think the lads were even surprised at how quick I got this. So I had plenty of time to get the MOAB, and I fucked it up. But yeah, and basically the host has quit out, and so there's been host migration, and because of the host migration, or from what I assume, the game hasn't saved, or a bit of it has saved from the actual new host coming into, or taking host. I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't know how you say that. Hopefully that makes sense. So I was a bit cautious and worried about calling it in straight away. And this is the actual gun streak that I die. So, hope you enjoy this in the background. Speaking of the actual weapon, I touched briefly on the SCR. I touched upon this in my commentary about Terminal, but this was with an AK-47, and it's a shame really, because as a weapon, it's a very good weapon, and it's so underrated. I mean, in Black Ops, here we go. Let me explain. For me, when I think of certain individuals, I sort of ascribe to them certain weapons. For instance, Fearcrads, MP5K from Black Ops. I've just said that, I can't even think of anyone else. Fuck. Anyway, my point is, when I think of Krakow 420, I think of the AK-47. The same with Fisticuffs as well. Fisticuffs is always been one that has ran the AK-47, and it's a weapon which isn't used or utilised enough, in my opinion, and it's a very powerful weapon. I think it had a buff. I think the thing that puts people off is the recoil, which that I can agree with, but again, once you get Specialist and you unlock Kick, it's just all about your trigger finger. It's that pap 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 trigger finger. It's the same with the G36C. I mean, it's easy. You can control it easily. No, he's dead. I think it's coming up around about here where I die. Do I? No, retreat. Good lad. Good lad. Play smart. Play smart. Let him come to you. But yeah, the iron sights I think might be a put off as well, which I don't understand because I'm used to the G36 iron sights, so the iron sights for the AK-47 is just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful for me. It's a walk in the park. But it's the same sort of perk loadout as the Terminal. It's basically I just changed the class as I died. That's my own fault. I shouldn't have pushed. See where all the enemies just spawn on B? So what I mean, if you spawn trap them on B, it will work. If you get lads basically on this right hand side now of C, pushing up, then you could easily get them in a spawn trap. And the gameplay is pretty much ended. Did you see what he just said? I got stuck with the Semtex. It was weird. Just watch that back if you don't know what I mean. That was weird. But in terms of aesthetics, I don't actually think it looks nice. It reminds me of a mix between a ground, but with Silo from Black Ops, if that makes sense. But I don't think it looks that nice. People can be a bit campy in terms of snipers and just going again on elevated areas, so avoid those with a passion. And that's my tips, just to stay to the left hand side and just trek back and forth. That's my tips, guys. Hopefully it'll pay off for you that are going for the MOABs. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. In terms of this blurb, sort of bird's eye view picture, for some reason Elite hasn't published the maps with the labels on. It's the same goes for Offshore. It's done it for Terminal, as you could probably tell from my previous commentary, so apologies about that. But hopefully you can, I think it's the pig slaughter room, is that building that I was spending the majority of my time near B, so that was where I would definitely advise going. And that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoy the commentary, guys. Hope you enjoy the gameplay. Hope you go watch my Terminal video, and hope you watch my video, which I will now have to do a commentary over, which is the Offshore. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been 2595 from Win. Peace out.